industry, actually, a lot of things were owned by the overseas companies. But right now, you're looking at the whole industrial chain. Right now, it's always owned by the home companies and also topping the world. From weak to strong, for myself, I'm not a witness the whole process, but also the participant throughout the whole journey. The core technology of Trina Solar became the international standards. Previously, the international standards actually stipulated by foreign companies. For myself, I decided that we should change it. So back then, the experiment time, the life cycle of the solar equipment is 15 years. We believe that we could push that boundary to a higher level. So we organized the R&D team, and I participated as well. With dozens of failures and over 1,000 days and nights, finally we succeeded. Based on our self-innovated technology, I also lead the way in formulating the first standards in the solar industry. Right now, the life cycle can reach 30 years, lowering the cost for the global practitioners. For self-reliance and strengths in science and technology, we of course encountered many difficulties and challenges. We witnessed a chill winter in the industry. A lot of people suggest that I should cut R&D, but I said this is the least thing I consider. I also delivered my talk. We continued to invest more in R&D. So far, we racked up more than 23 billion RMB. Right now, we own the many patents around the world, and also create a world record for 25 times. And we also been granted many prizes and awards at home and abroad. And our crystal silicon also win a lot of prizes, and right now we're also making breakthroughs in other technologies in order to own the core technology in our own hands. From my experience, we understand that we should encounter many difficulties, but as long as you focus on innovation by yourself, finally you could taste the sweet of your hard work. We have also built up the partnership with 70 partners from different countries and regions, and we also have a global presence. And for us, we help to reduce the 14 billion trees globally, and cutting that amount of the carbon emission. So that is how much we export our technology globally. For us, we always make sure that we should always do our best to increase the strength in science and technology, and also be the trailblazer for high-quality development of solar industry. Thank you very much.
The second group of deputies, please. They are researcher of the Institute of Archaeology from CAAS, Mr. He Yuling, President of Yungang Research Institute, Mr. Han Kan. Now the floor is open to questions. Thank you. With Guangming Daily, my question goes to Mr. He. Recently, we have received a lot of attention in terms of the archaeology of Yingxu. So, as the researcher and archaeologist, what are your thoughts and insights for archaeological work? Hello, everyone. I've been working in the excavation of Yingxu for more than 25 years. And you would also think of the oracles when we talk about Yingxu, and it's known the earliest written language for the Chinese language, and also an important origin for the Chinese culture. So working in this business in this cause for 25 years started from my experience in around 2000. And back then, under this very freezing condition, we excavated this ancient tomb with our own hands. And despite the hard work, we have discovered this very exquisite piece of bronze ware in the shape of an ox. But it's not only about, it's not about treasure hunting. It is about this research of the relics that we have unearthed. And after 4 years of study, we work with our team to discover the secret of the tomb. We discovered that the owner of the tomb was 35 years old, and a lot of weapons and other relics have been unearthed, which means that this owner of the tomb might be a military expert. So I think we consider ourselves detectives of history, and that's what makes this job so intriguing to me. And with generations of archaeologists' hard work, the excavation of Yingxu have lasted for more than 100 years, and we have made some important discoveries in recent years. Because, for example, we have discovered very wide roads for several carriages to go shoulder by shoulder. We have also discovered this underground palace, as well as a bronze workshop to manufacture bronze wares. I'd like to tell you a very good news. 8 days ago, we have already established this new museum of Yingxu with a floor space of 220 square meters, demonstrating the bronze culture of 3,000 years ago. We have also held a special exhibition to exhibit hundreds of relics to tell the stories of the tomb owner that I unearthed in my first job. We will also be exhibiting this bronzeware in the shape of an ox that I mentioned earlier, and welcome all of you to come to the exhibition. Thank you. Thank you. With China.net, my question goes to Mr. Han. We know that the Yungang Grotto is an important name card for Chinese culture. So what are the challenges for protecting Yungang, and how do we reinvigorate the relics of the ancient times? Thank you for the question. Yungang Grotto is an important site It's an important concentration of the wisdom and wealth back then. And also, it is a very exquisite site. And back in 1961, it was identified as the important production site of relics, and is also chosen to be World Heritages. The government and the Central Party Committee attach great importance to the production work of Yungang, and we've been working in this cause for more than several decades. And we have adopted some special technical measures that have won patent, also won awards at the national level. And currently, our major task is not only protection, but also preservation, because Yungang was located in this very loose geological structure, but the height of Yungang Grotto is very tall. So this kind of erosion or leakage might threaten the preservation of Yungang. That's why we have put a lot of effort into the research of the materials for the protection of Yungang. I first went to Yungang in 1997, and I led my students to go there to do research many times. But most of the research back then were on grounds, and you cannot see some of the structure at the top. But when I officially began working there, I had the chance to climb the stairs, climb the ladder to check out the top structure of Yungang, and I discovered that it's important for us to strengthen our protection. For example, the 39th cave of Yungang, it's a 5-story wooden structure tower, and it's one of the most famous cave of Yungang. And a lot of important scholars, including Mr. Liang Sicheng, have went there to check out the condition of Cave 39. The top of this cave was undergoing very heavy erosion. We have to wear safety helmets in order to do the inspection. But when we reached the top structure, we took off our helmet, because you could see that the top structure was very loose, and some of them are in danger of falling down. We took off our helmet to squat, for fear that the helmet may touch the top structure and cause damages. We believe that Yungang Grotto is the treasure of the Chinese culture, and in future work, protection is still our first priority, and we will also be applying modern techniques to the protection of this important cultural site, so that more people can feel the charm of the traditional Chinese culture. Thank you.
现在请第三组代表。
Let's welcome the third group of deputies.
两位代表分别是
And they are
空军航空编某旅副参谋长
pilots
高中强代表。
from the Air Force, Mr. Gao Zhongqiang.
谢谢。中国民用航空飞行学院总飞行师
And
刘传健代
Chief
表。
Captain from DA Pilots Aviation, Mr. Liu Chuanjian.
谢谢。现在
Thank
请
you.
开始提问。
Now the floor is open.
请第一排这位举手的男士提问。谢谢。
解放军报记者提问，请问高中强
From
代
a
表，
military
您来自强军先锋，
newspaper. And my question to Mr. Gao
获
Zhongqiang.
得了空军金头盔荣誉。
And your team has got the top award. And can you share with us your story and also your comrade in arms? about how to building a top team. Thank you for your question. My name is Gao Zhongqiang. I'm the pilot for the J20. I also exercise more than 20 missions. It's a dream job considered by many people, but as a fighter pilot, we always feel the responsibilities on our shoulders. In these years, we also step our efforts in reforming the systems and also strengthening our capabilities. So every time we taking off, that always shows our strong resolve and determination. And I also exercise the escorting mission to accompany the heroes from the overseas back to China. So we also work in details to consider different extreme weather conditions, make sure that the mission should be completed in a great success. J20 bringing the bodies of heroes back home also feel us that we have a deep understanding that the happiness of today did not come easily, that this is actually the great sacrifice made by the heroes, that we should always brave in safeguarding our country. And for us, we also got the rewards. That's a golden helmet. That's actually a reward for our temporary hard work. So sometimes in our exercise and work, we should shoulder and bear that 8 or 9 Gs. That's the 8 to 9 times of body weight. So we should overcome these difficulties and 100% concentrate on performing a schedule. And we should also turn all these actions and moves into our muscle memories. By doing so, we can prepare ourselves well in a combating condition. This actually is the attitude. And for many younger soldiers and pilots born after 1990s or 2000, very energetic and also with a strong dream that always embracing their dreams into their day-to-day practice and their missions. They are the strong eagles flying over the land of motherland, flying in day and night to fulfilling their responsibilities and also making their contributions to build a strong military. For us, this is our responsibility to safeguarding our country. And the trust on ourselves by the country and the people is also our motivation. And we will also use our actual work and preparations to welcome and meet the goals set by the first centenary of the military and also become a strong team in China. Thank you.
谢谢高宗强代表，请继续提问。请第一排这位女士提问，谢谢。
Thank you. The People's Daily. My question goes to Mr. Liu Chuanjian. Good morning. So you know that the film Chinese pilot actually is from your story as the hero, captain, and also the deputy of NPC. How you guarantee the safe flight of every mission. Thank you for your question. My name is Liu Chuanjian from China's passenger flight aviation. I'm a pilot. I'm also a captain. As a captain, our mission is to safely bring the passengers to their destination. So we have always attached great importance to the safe requirements and also bring that to the every move and every mission of our flights. This is our basic responsibility, but also the utmost importance of our mission. I also fully motivated by the care and the support by the government at all levels and the public, because that's the accent, and the whole crew actually overcome the difficulties and safely bringing the passengers to the destination. You can call it a miracle, but miracle did not come just come out of the air. It is based on our practice, based on our preparation. Every time when we started the engine, we heard the sound of the engine. It means that we started our preparation. We always practice. Every practice actually told me that we shoulder our responsibility, expectation on us by the country, by the people. It seems that every time I fly, it's a passenger flight. You see the passengers, but also you see that the happiness of each passenger's families, their family members. So it's our responsibility to bring them back home safe. That's the summer 1995. I'm still a student in academy. I just fly the 200 hours. And back then, I welcome a big milestone. Actually, I fly by myself. When I finished the whole practice and then prepared to landing, then I suddenly received an order. I start to fly, don't land. I started to pull and back to the air. And I heard that just now they saw that I didn't finish all the preparation for landing. So I didn't have time to think in details. When the sixth time I fly past the tower, I still didn't finish all the procedures for landing. But the airplane told me that I ran out of the fuel. And also I saw on the ground the ODA passengers, ambulance, the firefighting trucks all on position. But for me, I didn't have time and energy to think about all these other things. For myself, I only think one thing is how to land safely. I just follow all the procedures. I did all my best to make sure that the wheels at the back can land, because the front wheel didn't fold it. So finally, based on all the procedures, I landed safely. So every time, actually, we practice again knowledge on book, but you never know what you would encounter at the actual flying. A lot of unknown in the blue sky. There's no small things in flying. Every little minor details matters. So every time, that is the one-time thing. There's no opportunity for you to do it again. So you cannot really to ignore the details, because all we want to pursue is safety, is zero mistake. So for pilots, you should be really strong in performing your techniques and shouldering greater responsibilities. As a captain, it's not the one that you hold, it's not the flying stick. What you are holding are the lives of your passengers and your crew. It's not the code machine. What you shoulder is the old, lovely families. But every time I do not see my passengers, But every time when I start to prepare to taking off, I always say that it's my responsibility to bring you to your destination safe. After landing, I see the passengers landed safe and also go to their destination. Feel relieved and happy. I believe that's the great reward to me. This is my second year as the NPC deputy. I bring with me the two proposals how to cultivate the talents in the aviation sector. So for us, we always keep in mind from General Secretary Xi that we should make sure that the safety flying and safe for our passengers.
谢谢，谢谢，
Thank you very much.
谢谢两位代表。媒体朋友们，今天上
Friends
午
from the
大
media,
会开幕会结束后，新闻中心
after
将举
the
行
morning
首长
session,
部长通
and we
道，
will have the
邀
first
请科技部、
minister
水利部、
corridor and
农业
the
农村部、
ministers
国
from
资委
the
主要负责人参加。
Science and Technique, Water Resources, the Rural Affairs, Agriculture, and SASAC will participate. That's the end of morning session corridor. with 84 absent. The required quorum is achieved. Now I declare the second session of the 14th National People's Congress officially open. Please all rise. Sing the national anthem. Please be seated. Fellow deputies, there are 4 items on today's agenda. Let's move to the first item, to deliberate the work on the government. Please allow me to invite Premier of the State Council, Comrade Li Qiang, to deliver the government report. Fellow deputies, now on behalf of the State Council, I will report to you on the work of the government for your deliberation and approval, and also for comments from members of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. 1. A review of our work in 2023. 2023 was the first year of fully implementing the guiding principles from the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China. It was also this government's first year to perform its duty in accordance with the law. In the face of a complex international environment and the challenging task of advancing reform development and ensuring stability at home, the Party Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core brought together the Chinese people of all ethnic groups and led them in withstanding external pressures and overcoming internal difficulties with dedicated efforts. We secured a major decisive victory in the fight against COVID-19. The main goals and tasks for economic and social development in 2023 were accomplished. We made steady progress in pursuing high-quality development and maintained overall social stability, and made social advances in building a modern socialist country in all respects. Overall economic recovery and growth were boosted. China's GDP surpassed 126 trillion yuan, an increase of 5.2%. And a number of world-class innovations were made in major industries. C919, a homemade airliner, went into commercial operation, and a domestically built large cruise ship was delivered. And China accounted for over 60% of global economic vehicle output and sales. New breakthroughs were made in science and technological innovation, and we achieved fruitful results in developing core technologies in key fields. Substantial progress were made in science and technology R&D, such as aircraft engines, gas turbines, and force-generated nuclear power units. A stream of innovation emerged in frontier areas such as AI and quantum technology. Reform and opening up were deepened. The latest round of institutional reform at the central government level was generally completed. We stepped up efforts to build a unified national market and launched an initiative to deepen and upgrade the state-owned enterprises reform and adopted policy to spur the growth of the private sector. The global market share of China's export remained stable. The mix of utilized foreign investment was improved, and China continued to gain a greater international influence and appeal. The foundations for secure development were further consolidated. Grain output reached a record of 695 million metric tons. The supply of energy and resources remained stable. China's important industrial supply chains became more self-supporting. Steady progress was made in diffusing major economic and financial risks. The environment saw steady improvements. Thanks to further steps to prevent and control pollution, the discharge of major pollutants continued to fall. And China's installed renewable energy capacity surpassed its thermal power capacity for the first time in history. And China accounted for over half of newly installed renewable energy capacity around the world. People's well-being was ensured. Per capita disposable income of residents increased by 6.1%. The gains of poverty elimination were consolidated, and the people there also increased by 8.4% their per capita income. And we also increased the subsidies for compulsory education, basic old age insurance. Over 66 million taxpayers benefited from an increase in the special additional deduction for industrial income tax. We redoubled efforts to renovate old urban residence compounds and benefiting over 10 million households. Looking back at 2023, we can see that as we face an array of interwoven difficulties and challenges, China's economy also did not come easily. Globally, the economic recovery was sluggish, and the external environment exerted a more adverse impact on China's development. Domestically, many difficulties facing our economic recovery and development have yet to be resolved, while deep-seated, long-standing issues became more pronounced. Many new developments and problems emerged. The policies and work also faced more dilemmas. However, thanks to the concerted efforts of the entire nation, we accomplished the year's development goals and embraced positive changes on many fronts. It shows again that under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, the Chinese people have the courage, vision, and strength to meet any challenge and overcome any obstacle. There is no doubt that in pursuing development, China will continue to surge ahead, cleave mighty waves, and advance toward a great future. Last year, we thoughtfully studied and implemented the guiding principles from the Party Central Committee, and we have done the following. First, we strengthened the macro regulation and promoted steady economic recovery and growth. In light of grave challenges and the particular condition of the post-COVID economic recovery, we took coordinated steps to ensure stable growth and sustain its momentum and gave priority to consolidating the foundations of the economy. We ensure the proper policies on macroeconomy and also to introduce the timely policies. Fiscal policy also continued to intensify, and macro policy were implemented in a targeted, effective way. We also introduced the policies to promote the industries such as automobiles and other big-ticket items. We also fully leverage the role of the government investment and also introduce the policies to improve local government debts, and also we ensure no systematic risks arose. Second, we promoted industrial upgrading through innovation and gained new momentum for coordinated urban, rural, and regional development. We step up efforts to implement major science and technology programs to build China's strengths in strategic science and technology. We also promoted the new industrialization. We also supported the advanced manufacturing, and also to further promote the new urbanization. And the share of permanent urban residents in the total population rose to 66.2%. And we have seen a further progress made in the rural revitalization. We have seen new initiatives were launched in this regard. Third, we deepened reform, expanded opening up, and continue to improve the business environment. A number of policies and regulations that impeded fair competition were abolished. We adopted separate policies on supporting the development of SOEs, private enterprises, and foreign-funded enterprises. And we launched the special initiatives to settle overdue payments owed to enterprises. We further improved the policies to promote foreign investment and also achieved rapid growth in trade and investment with our BRI partners. Fourth, we step up efforts to protect and improve the environment and accelerated the transition to a model of green development. We continued efforts to keep the skies blue, waters clear, and lands clean. We continue to promote the policies and support development of green and low-carbon industries. And we continue to build a first group of cities and industrial parks practicing peaking carbon emissions. Fifth, we made every effort to ensure public well-being and advance development of social programs. We support the key groups to finding jobs, including graduates, and we intensified measures to deal with the Class B infectious disease in COVID response, and we also effectively deal with the Haihe River Basin and other basins' major floods, and carry out rescue and relief operation in the earthquake heat region. And we have also successfully held the 2021 FSU World University Games in Chengdu and 19th Asia Games. Six, we work to improve government performance across the board and redouble efforts to enhance government. We were firmly upholding the authority of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core and the centralized unified leadership, and also be the good practitioners in implementing all the decisions and plans of the Party Central Committee. We improved and enhanced the government's capacity to perform its duties in all areas. We submitted 10 legislative proposals to the Standing Committee of the NPC for deliberation, formulated or revised 25 sets of administrative regulations, and we handled with full attention suggestions and proposals from NPC deputies and CPPCC members. We put a great emphasis on the safety production, and we have seen the new progress made in building a peaceful China. In 2023, we advanced major country diplomacy with Chinese characteristics on all fronts. President Xi Jinping and other party and state leaders visited many countries and attended meetings such as BRICS Summit, the 30th APEC Economic Leaders Meeting, and other major bilateral multilateral conference. We also hold the China Central Asia Summit and the third BRF and other major diplomatic events at home. We promoted the building of a human community with a shared future and strive to put into action the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, and the Global Civilization Initiative. With these efforts, China has made important contribution to global peace and development. fellow deputies, with all our achievements in 2023, to General Secretary Xi Jinping, who is at the helm charting the course, to the sound guidance of Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, to the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, and to the concerted efforts of the whole party, the armed forces, and Chinese people of all ethnic groups. On behalf of the State Council, I express sincere gratitude to all our people and to all other political parties, people's organizations, and public figures from all sectors of society. I express heartfelt appreciation to our fellow countrymen and women in the Hong Kong and Macau special administrative regions, in Taiwan and overseas. I also express heartfelt thanks to the governments of other countries, international organizations, and friends across the world who have shown understanding and support for us in China as we pursue modernization. While recognizing our achievements, we are keenly aware of problems and challenges that will confront us. The global economic strengths lack steams, and also the external environment is more complex, severe, and uncertain. And the growth at home is not solid enough, and the expectation is low, and many small and medium-sized enterprises face difficulties in their operation. And we have seen the pressures from overall job creation and employment problems. And there are also weak links for us to further enhance. And there is room for the government to improve its work. A pointless formality and bureaucratism remain acute. Some reform development steps have yet to fully implemented. We should face these challenges squarely and make every effort to deliver, do our utmost to live up to expectation and trust of the people.
2. Overall requirement and policy orientation for economic and social development in 2024. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the PRC. It is also a crucial year for achieving the objectives and tasks laid down in the 14th Five-Year Plan. For the government to deliver, it is important, under the strong leadership of the Party's Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, to do the following. Follow the guidance of Xi Jinping's thoughts on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. Implement the guiding principles from the party's 20th National Congress and the second plenary session of the 20th Party Central Committee on the guidelines of the Central Economic Work Conference, adhere to the general principles of pursuing progress while ensuring stability, fully and faithfully apply the new development philosophy on all fronts, move faster, create a new pattern for development, and promote high-quality development. Deepen reform and opening up across the board, achieve greater self-reliance and strength in science and technology, strengthen macro-regulation, extend domestic demand and deepen supply-side structural reform, promote new urbanization and all-round rural revitalization in a coordinated way, ensure both high-quality development and greater security, boost economic vitality, prevent and diffuse risks, and improve public expectations, consolidate and build momentum for economic recovery and growth, continue to effectively pursue higher quality development, and properly increase economic output, improve the people's well-being, maintain overall social stability. These efforts will ensure that we make further progress in building greater country and advancing national rejuvenation on all fronts through Chinese modernization. A comprehensive analysis and assessment shows that China's development environment this year will continue to feature both strategic opportunities and challenges, with favorable conditions outweighing unfavorable ones. China has distinctive constitutional strengths, and our country's capacity for scientific and technology innovation continue to grow. And on the other hand, we should not lose sight of the challenges remaining. The main target for development this year are projected as follows. The GDP growth of around 5%, over 12 million new urban jobs, surveyed urban unemployment rate of around 5.5%, CPI increase of around 3%, growth in personal income in step with the economic growth, a basic equilibrium in the balance of payments, grain output of over 650 million metric tons, a drop of around 2.5% in energy consumption per unit of GDP, continued improvement in the environment. In setting these targets, we considered involving a dynamic and home and abroad and other relevant factors, and it is not easy for us to realize these targets. We need policy support and joint effort from all fronts. We should adhere to the principles of pursuing progress while ensuring stability, promote stability through progress, and establishing new before abolishing the old. We should also be stabilizing employment and keep expectations economic growth stable. We should also take good care of formulating measures and overhaul and abolish policies regulation that hinder high-quality development. We should intensify counter and cross-clinical adjustment through macro policies. We should appropriately intensify our proactive fiscal policy to improve its quality and effectiveness. We have set the deficit to GDP ratio for this year at 3% and the government deficit at 4.06 trillion yuan, an increase of 160 billion yuan over the year 2023. This year, 3.9 trillion yuan of special purpose bonds for local government will be issued. And also, we need to systematically address funding shortage facing some major projects for building a greater country, advancing national rejuvenation. These funds will be used to implement major national strengths and build up security capacity in key areas. 1 trillion yuan of such bonds will be issued in 2024. The additional government investment is needed in many sectors this year. We also need to take efforts to meet the people's basic living standard and strictly control general expenditures. The central government will increase transfer payment to local governments for ensuring equal access to basic public services. Governments at the provincial level should allocate more physical resources at the low-level government to see to that at the primary level the basic living needs are met. We also need to intensify the oversight on accounting. We should implement a prudent monetary policy in a flexible, appropriate, targeted, and efficient way. We should maintain adequate liquidity at the proper level and see that the aggregate financing and money supply stay in step with the project dynamic growth and CPI increase. We should work for the steady decline of our financing cost. We should ensure the stability of the capital market. The RMB exchange rate should remain generally stable at an adaptive balance level. We should also enhance the consistency for macro policy orientation, promote overall national development, strengthen coordination between fiscal, monetary, employment, industrial, and regional scientific and technological policies. Policy coordination should be enhanced so that we could form better synergies. In policy making, all localities and government departments should heed and draw on the propositions and views of our parties, and also address the concerns of the enterprise-related policies to build this better environment for the implementation of the policies. In order to fulfill development goals and tasks of this year, we must act on Xi Jinping's economic thinking and devote full energy to promote high-quality development, apply systematic thinking, pay attention to and properly handle major relationships, and develop in-depth plans to advance all areas of work and the overall structure in mind, and also promote high-quality development and make greater achievements. 3. Major tasks for 2024. The CPC Central Committee has adopted overall guidelines for this year's work. We must fully carry them out, stay focused on principal issues, and work to remove development bottlenecks. First, striving to modernize the industrial systems and developing new qualities, productive forces at a faster pace. We should steady foster new growth drivers and strengths and promote this new leap forward at productive forces. Work to upgrade industrial and supply chains, promote development of traditional businesses, and carry out technological transformation and upgrading in the manufacturing sector. We will also promote the development of SMEs that use specialized and sophisticated knowledges. To produce novel and unique products, we will also provide stronger guidance support on quality and standards to create more Chinese brands with the global reach. We will actively foster emerging industries and future-oriented industries, and consolidate and enhance our leading position in industries such as intelligent connected new energy, vehicles, and promote development. We will promote innovative development of the digital economy. We will formulate policy to support high-quality development of the digital economy, actively develop the digital economy, transform traditional industry with digital technologies. We will step up R&D and application of big data and AI, launch an AI Plus initiative, and we will support the technological and digital transformation to boost the level of social governance. 2. Invigorating China through science and education and consolidating the foundation for high-quality development. We will develop a high-quality educational system, fully implement the party's educational policy, and regard high-quality development as the lifeblood of education at various types of lower levels, and also strengthen fundamental education and improve its quality. We will launch an initiative to upgrade basic education and accelerate high-quality, well-balanced development of urban-rural integration and compulsory education. We will enhance public interest preschool education and pilot comprehensive higher education reform. We will promote the ethos of educators and see that teachers are professionally competent, and speed up efforts to modernize education so as to lay a solid foundation for enhancing the well-being of our people and prosperity of our nation. We will move faster to boost the self-reliance and strengthen science technology. And we need to step up research and disrupting frontier technologies. We will strengthen the principal role of enterprises in scientific and technological innovation, encourage enterprises to increase investment in innovation, strengthen R&D application technologies to promote people's well-being. We will bolster intellectual property rights protection and formulate policies and measures for better application of S&T advances, so as to expand S&T exchanges and create an open and globally competitive innovation ecosystem. We will develop and make best use of talent in all sectors, adopt a more active, open, and effective policies on talent, develop hubs for high-caliber personnel and platform for attracting and gathering talents, and strengthen our support for young talents, and to build this evaluation system based on innovation-related merits, capabilities, and contributions. We will continue efforts to foster a favorable environment for talent development that enables talented people to unleash their full potential. 3. Expanding domestic demands and promoting sound economic flows. We will integrate the strategy of promoting steady growth in consumer spending, remove limitations to cultivate new points of growth, and stabilize the expansion of conventional consumption, encourage and promote consumer goods trading programs, and boost spending on intelligent, connected new energy vehicles, electronic products, and other big-ticket items. Efforts to be made to upgrade elderly and childcare, housekeeping, and other services and make them more accessible. Improve the consumption environment. We'll launch a year-long program to stimulate consumption so as to better meet the people's demand to improve the living standard. We will work to increase effective investment, fully leverage to stimulate the multiplier effect of government investment with a focus on supporting S&T innovation, new types of infrastructure, energy conservation, and carbon reduction initiatives. We will also be implementing the major projects included in the 15th five-year plan. We will also be ensuring that the social investment can play a bigger role in more fields.
Fourth, continuing to deepen reform and boosting internal momentum for development. We will further energize the market entities and continue to work to implement the two unswervings for the business of all types to create an equal footing environment. We will further implement the reforms and upgrading of ISOEs, and we will fully implement the development of the private sectors, and we will also continue to realize the policies and the matching policies in this regard. We will take steps to reduce logistic costs and also to work on preventing and settling overdue payments owed to private businesses. And we will also support and encourage entrepreneurship and support entrepreneurs in focusing on innovative development, seizing the initiative to make bold exploration, investing in new operations, leading their companies to greater success. We will move faster to build a unified national market. We will also focus on the development and also formulate guidance on standards for the development of a national unified market, establish unified rules and institutions covering areas such as the property protection and market access, fair competition, and social credit. We will for sure safeguard the market order and creating a fair competition. We will advance fiscal taxation and the financial reforms. We will step up a new round of the reform for the fiscal and tax systems, and we will further improve the financial support to promote the development in people's lives sector. Fifth, pursuing higher standards, opening up and promoting mutual benefits. And we will promote the increase of the volume and raise the quality of foreign trade. For the new business molds, such as cross-border ecosystem and e-commerce, we will promote a healthy development and also foster and increase new growth drivers for foreign trade. The imports of high-quality goods will be boosted, and we will introduce more policies to boost the foreign trade and domestic trade. And we will continue to further abolish the foreign investment in manufacturing, market access restrictions. We will treat the foreign investors equal and ensure national treatment for foreign funded enterprises practiced. And we will further upgrade the pilot free trade zones and develop them into a new peace sectors for opening up. We will strive for solid progress in high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. We support high-quality development of BRI and carry out the 8 major measures for supporting them. And we implement a number of small and beautiful projects for improving the people's well-being. And we continue to support the new international land-sea trade corridor. And we will deepen multilateral, bilateral, and regional economic cooperation. And we work with more countries and the regions in signing and concluding high-standard free trade agreements and investment treaties. We participate in the reforming of the World Trade Organization and benefit people around the world. 6, ensuring both development and security and effectively preventing and diffusing risks in key areas. We dealt with the greater confidence and about the risks, and we also to further consolidate the responsibilities of the enterprises and the government, and we continue to refine the realistic policies and make sure that the realistic industry can develop in a steady and healthy manner, and we will further improve the policies to diffuse risks. And for the small and medium financial institutions, we'll deal with them. In this regard, we will improve the long-term mechanism for preventing and controlling risks. We will step up our efforts in the housing market to create new models and guarantee the supply of the government-subsidized housing and improve the basic system for commodity housing to meet people's essential need for a home to live in and their different demands for better housing. We will develop government debt management mechanisms that meet the needs of high-quality development and improve monitoring and oversight system, and also to improve our capability to monitoring the risks in financial sector and prevent and controlling them. We'll build up our security capacity in key areas. We'll improve the system for green protection and also to build up the system for storing the resources, and also to make sure the industrial and supply chain operate in a secure and stable manner. 7, making sustainable efforts to deliver in work relating to agriculture, rural areas, and rural residents, and taking solid steps to advance rural revitalization. And we will continue to roll out experience gained in the past and to see that we have seen and secured the substantial progress and the outcomes gained in each stage of rural revitalization. We will ensure stable production and supply of grain and other major agricultural products. We will keep the total green acreage stable and consolidate and increase the people's income. And we will make sure that we safeguard the right line layout in the planting, and for all the localities, we will shoulder the responsibility for ensuring national food security. As China has a large population, we must make sure that China's food supply remains firmly in our own hands. We will keep working to consolidate and expand our achievements in poverty alleviation. We will do everything we can to see that no large-scale return to poverty occurs. For the people moving from the hospital areas, we will continue the follow-up support for them, and we continue to consolidate and continue the gains from the poverty alleviation. We'll steadily advance rural reform and development. We launched a second round of contracts that will make sure that the extending rural land contract by another 30 years upon expiration. We will further increasing rural incomes and also pursuing rural development initiatives, improving the living environment, make sure that this is a beautiful place and harmonious place for people to live and work in. 8, promoting integrated development between urban and rural areas, advancing coordinated development between regions, and optimizing regional economic layout. We'll continue to boost the new urbanization in a coordinated way and also emphasize on the people moving to the cities. We will actively working on the residents' permanent urban residency to eligible people who have moved to cities from rural areas, and also take care of the migrant workers to grant them a permanent residency, and also let them to enjoy the basic public service. New urbanization should be people-centered in every respect, and people can enjoy a higher quality of life. We will pursue better coordinated regional development. We will further improve our strategies for the large-scale development of the Western region, full revitalization of Northeast China, accelerated rise of the Central region, and a faster modernization of the Eastern region. We support the development of Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei, the Yangtze River Delta, and the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area in better playing their role as drivers of high-quality development. And we will further boost the high-quality development of the Yangtze Economic Belt, as well as ecological conservation and high-quality development in the Yellow River Basin. And we will continue to practice the plan on the manufacturing agricultural zones. 9. Enhancing ecological conservation, promoting green and low-carbon development. Acting on the principle that loose waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. We will make concerted efforts to cut carbon emissions, reduce pollution, pursue green development, and boost economic growth. We will take comprehensive steps to improve the environment, and we will continue to practice the action plan for improving air quality, and we will continue to work on the water resources, improve the quality of water, and we will promote DA practice in different zones, and we'll make sure that we win the battle of the three key areas. We will fully utilize the resources and also motivate people in protecting the environment. We will boost the green and low-carbon economy. We will push forward with the green transformation of the industrial structure, the energy mix, and the transportation sector, as well as urban and rural development. We will further improve the policies in support of the green development, as well as relevant market-based mechanisms. We will support development of the industry for recycling waste and used materials, and also to build China into a more green and low-carbon places. We will actively and prudently work toward peaking carbon emission and achieving carbon neutrality. We will carry out the 10 major initiatives to reach the goal, and we will also build up and advance the energy mix, make sure that we can ensure the energy supply and energy supply meet the needs.
10. Ensuring and improving the people's well-being and promoting better and new ways of conducting social governance. Acting on the people-centered development philosophy, we will fulfill our responsibility to meet people's basic needs and provide action for those most in need, and make solid progress towards prosperity for all and promote social harmony and stability. We will take a wide range of steps to stabilize employment and increase incomes. And it is estimated that over 11.7 million students are due to graduate from college this year, and we must do more to promote employment for young people and also improve service and assistance to people in flexible incomes and improve people's income and expand the mid-income brackets. We will improve medical and health services. The government subsidies for basic medical insurance for rural and non-working urban residents will increase by an average of 30 yuan per person. Strengthened and deepen reform of public hospital, improve medical services with patient-centered approach, and also promote the preservation and innovation development of traditional Chinese medicines. We will advance the Healthy China initiative and patriotic health campaigns and build a strong line for defense to protect people's health. We will enhance social security and social services. The minimum basic old age benefits for rural and non-working urban residents will be raised by 20 yuan per month. Continue to increase basic pensions for retirees and improve the unified national management system for basic old age insurance funds. Boost the birth rate by refining patent leave policies and improve the mechanism for sharing related labor costs for employers. We will also be building the safety net for ensuring the basic needs for the people. We will enrich people's intellectual and cultural lives. We will gain a good understanding of Xi Jinping thinking on culture and act on it, and promote core socialist values, develop a philosophy, social sciences, press and publishing, radio, film and television, literature and arts, archiving and other programs. We will promote the development of a cultural industry and also develop this cultural sector. We will safeguard national security and social stability, take a holistic approach to national security, strengthen national security system, strengthen workplace safety and disaster prevention, mitigation, relief efforts to local communities, and prevent major accidents from happening. We will also be strengthening services at the local level and ensure the legitimate rights for the vulnerable groups. We will apply and further develop the Fengqiao model for promoting community-level governance in a new era to better prevent and resolve disputes and promote law-based handling of public complaints. Crack down legal criminal activities of all types in accordance with the law so as to better pursue the Peaceful China initiative. Fellow deputies, the new mission on our new journey demands new and higher standards for what we do in the government. All of us in the government at every level must acquire a deep understanding of the decisive significance of the two decisions, strengthen 4 awarenesses and 4 competences, and 2 safeguards. We must keep enhancing our capacity for political judgment, thinking, and implementation, and uphold party leadership in every aspect throughout the entire process, and also uphold Comrade Xi Jinping's core positions on the Party Central Committee and in the party as a whole, and act on it throughout the entire process of government works. We will fully advance law-based government administration and strictly abide by the Constitution and laws. Receive the oversight of the CPPCC and NPC at all levels, as well as social oversight. We also need to strengthen deliberations and the law-based decision-making. We will also support trade unions, community youth, women's federations, other people's organizations in better fulfilling their roles. Also, we need to make sure that all of us in the government must observe disciplines and abide by the law, cultivate ethical and moral character, fulfill our responsibilities diligently, and work for the people with honesty and integrity. We will improve the government performance across the board, implement decisions and plans of the Party Central Committee, act on the principle of the government's ability for implementation and credibility, and transform the government functions. We will also need to strengthen our work and make sure that all of our work are keeping in line with the Party Central Committee's decisions and intentions. We will also need to improve the government service level and reduce the burden for the primary level governments and enterprises, take down formalities and bureaucratism. We will delegate and enterprise work hard and take solid steps to perform and excel in order to meet the people's expectations. Fellow deputies, we will, with a focus on forging a strong sense of community for the Chinese nation, uphold and improve the system of regional ethnic autonomy, promote interaction, exchange, and integration among ethnic groups, and speed up the modernization drive in economic minority regions, and also strengthen the work related to overseas Chinese and protect the lawful rights and interests of Chinese national abroad, and dedicate themselves to national rejuvenation. Last year, we made new achievement and progress in national defense and military development. Our people's armed forces fulfilled their missions and tasks with impressive results. This year, we will continue to implement Xi Jinping thinking on strengthening the military and the military strategy for a new era. We remain committed to the party's absolute leadership over the people's armed forces throughout implement the system of ultimate responsibility, resettling with the chairman of the Central Military Commission, and take critical steps to meet the centenary goal of the PLA. We will strengthen all-round military training and combat readiness, and develop as the 14th five-year plan for the PLA and speed up the implementation of major defense-related projects. The government should support the building of the PLA and the military construction and strengthen unity. We will continue to fully, faithfully, and resolutely implement the policy of one country, two systems, under which the people of Hong Kong administer Hong Kong and people of Macau administer Macau with a high degree of autonomy, remain committed to the law-based governance in Hong Kong and Macau, and ensure that Hong Kong and Macau are administered by patriots. We support Hong Kong and Macau in growing their economies, improve the life of the people, and participate in the development of the China's overall development, and maintain long-term prosperity and stability. We will implement our party's overall policy for the new era on resolving the Taiwan question, stay committed to the One China principle and the 1992 consensus, and resolutely oppose separatist activities in Taiwan independence, promote the peaceful development of cross-strait relations, and firmly advance the cause of China's reunification, uphold the fundamental interests of the Chinese nation, and we will work with our compatriots and for both sides to work together to realize the glorious cause of national rejuvenation. We will stay committed to implement the foreign policy, peace, and development. We remain firm in pursuing strategy of opening up of mutual benefit, call for an equal and orderly multipolar world, and China will remain firm in opposing all hegemony and ready to pursue global development initiative, global security initiative, and global civilization initiative. And with other members of the international communities, we will be promoting the shared value of humanities and build a human community with a shared future for futures. Fellow deputies, a historical mission lies ahead of us. Let us rally more closely around the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, hold high the greater banner of socialism with Chinese characteristics, and follow the guidance of Xi Jinping's thoughts on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. Let us forge ahead in full confidence and a pioneering spirit of accomplish the objectives and tasks for this year's economic and social development. Let us strive to build a greater country and advance national rejuvenation on all fronts through Chinese modernization.